On November 12, 2019, senior contributor to Forbes, John Mauldin, stated the following. When the United States and the Western world started to engage China, resulting in China finally being allowed into the World Trade Organization in the early 2000s, no one expected the outcomes we see today. When China opened up to the Western world, we thought they wanted to be like us. American businesses shifted production to lower-cost countries. Thus came the incredible extension of globalization. The Chinese manipulated Western politicians and business leaders into thinking China was evolving toward democracy and capitalism. In fact, the intent was to acquire our capital, technology, and other resources for use in China's own modernization. We have equipped the Chinese with almost everything they need to match us, technologically and otherwise. Hundreds of billions of Western dollars have been spent developing China and its state-owned businesses. Sometimes this happened voluntarily, as companies gave away trade secrets in the hope it would let them access China's huge market. Other times it was outright theft. In 1980, China's gross domestic product was under $90 billion in current dollars today. Now their gross domestic product is over $12 trillion. World domination is part and parcel of communist ideologies, going all the way back to Karl Marx. This clash between the United States and China is intensifying because President Trump's China skepticism is disrupting the Chinese plan. They see his talk of restoring America's greatness as an affront to their own dreams. Now there is no simple disengagement path, given the scope of economic and legal entanglements. This isn't a trade we can simply walk away from. If allowed to continue in its current form, could lead to a loss of personal freedom for Western civilization. It really is that much of an existential question. Free trade doesn't mean nations need to arm their potential adversaries. Nowadays, military superiority is less about factories and shipyards than high-tech weapons and cyber warfare. Much of our peaceful technology is easily weaponized. Importing t-shirts and sneakers from China doesn't threaten our national security. Let that kind of trade continue unmolested and work instead on protecting our advantages in quantum computing, artificial intelligence, autonomous drones, and so on. The Trump administration appears to be getting this. They are clearly seeking ways to pull back the various tariffs and ramping up other efforts. I predict an unprecedented crisis that will lead to the biggest wipeout of wealth in history.
John Mauldin was right. During the last 7 months we have seen the attempted impeachment by far leftist socialist Democrats, China's COVID-19 pandemic, our economy slowed down, protests that evolved into riots, and a city taken over by leftist socialists. We need President Trump to continue his fight against China. If not, we will need to start teaching our children to read, write, and speak Chinese. Let's all help President Trump make America great again.